Hey, thanks for checking out Nuts and Bolts with Tone. Today we're going to talk about my very first tool haul video of I went on the truck and I got myself some tools. So I went on the Mack Truck. And why did I go on the Mack Truck? Well, all because of, so these are BMW starter bolts, okay? And they are aluminum and they weigh almost nothing. So you could imagine how easily they break. So I'm doing a starter on a 06 5 Series BMW, and lo and behold, I've got to get this out of the transmission. All right, so I got lucky. I don't have any really good extractor tools. I've never invested in any. I did invest in a set from Matco. One day I had a broken AC compressor bolt and I couldn't get it out. And I bought the only extractors he had, and they didn't work. And I actually just found out that they're for stripped out Allens. So anyways, so I'm using my drill bits, and I got a pretty good hole in there. I mean, you can see that. I mean, it's not too bad. You know, I've had straighter, and I've had way worse. So anyway, so I'm drilling the hole. I'm using my bolts. I have good drill bits, but I don't have any good extractor tools. I have a set from Mack that's square, and you're supposed to hammer them in, and they have this tool that goes on there. I've never had luck with them. Every time I've tried them, they've just spun or they felt like they were going to break. And I have these cheap, long Black & Decker ones that I have long ones that are real fine thread, and I've had a couple of them break off. So I have two sets. Each set has a broken extractor in it and missing. Well, you can imagine what kind of day that was when you break off an extractor. Well, you got big problems at that point. So anyways, so I go over to a coworker and I ask him, you know, hey, do you have any decent extractor tools? Cause I'm stuck. So he gives me his set of Mack, and basically it's a big set. I mean, it's a box like this big. You open it up, it's got like 13 left-hand drill bits, 10 extractors, and then like 5 or 6 of the long spiral extractors. I don't like those. And the small extractor, they're like these. So they're stubby, and therefore getting down inside. So this set here, so we have this set. Now this set was $75. So from Mack Tools right there. And we're gonna do this. I don't normally read part numbers. I usually just put them in the description, but we're gonna call this SCEX10S, I believe. And it is a 10-piece extractor set. So inside, it looks like that. All right. So we've got from 1/8 all the way to 13/32. So this is the normal size kit. They have a bigger one than this. But I mean, them extractors, they go like way, way big, and I don't use that size. So I think I was at the 3/16, I believe. Let's check this bolt, because this is exactly the same extractors that I used. So yeah, so I was right there with the 3/16. But anyways, this led to some information for myself, because so I have good drill bits, right? But I've never understood what a left-handed drill bit was. I never even knew why you needed one. I've always wondered. And so when the guy gave me the kit, you know, he's like, it's got left-hand drill bits. I'm like, what are those for? I have no idea. And he's like, oh, so hopefully it'll catch on the way out. He said, and sometimes as you're drilling the bolts, it'll catch the bolt and it'll spin it out. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay, cool. So anyway, so I inquired about that kit, and that kit was like $489 or something like that. And I just wasn't going to spend that much money for an extractor kit. So anyway, so I bought a set of 5-piece Cobalt left-hand drill bits. All right. I already have a set of Mack Tools drill bits, and they're really good. And I like them. So this is part number 30505 DSA. We'll put that up on the screen. All right, so that's a 5-piece left-hand drill bit set. So it's 5/64, 7/64, 5/32, a quarter, and 19/64. So now that is, so let's see. And then they tell you in this kit, they tell you, I'd have to get my magnifying glass. It's really hard to read, but they tell you what size to drill the hole for what size to use the extractor. So, and that's here in the lid. It's real small. Anyways, I have a magnifying glass at work just for that. So the drill bits were $65 for a 5-piece set. Now in that $485 or $89 kit, you got like 13. So I mean, it's a better deal. I mean, it's a better set. You're getting a lot more left-hand drill bits. This was the only set of left-hand drill bits that Mack Tools had. So I like their drill bits. I've never had a problem with them. So the week before, I was on the truck getting some pocket pry bars. All right. I highly recommend them. Mack Tools, pocket pry bars. You'll see them on my Instagram. I use them all the time actually now. And so I was on the truck and I tried to avoid the truck because then you buy stuff, right? So I saw these pliers on there. The week before, I saw these hanging up and they're long pliers. They're like a good, I don't know, at least 8 inches long. But they're real narrow. They're really narrow for how long they are. And I don't have any really narrow, usually my needle nose pliers that are this long, I mean, they're like that much thicker than these. So I thought these were really cool. I mean, they've got cutters on there. It looks like they've even got some, like a crimper that you could use. I don't know that I'd use them as a crimping tool, but maybe, who knows? It's even got some little lines on the side over here. I'm not sure what those are for. But anyways, these are Mack Tools, part number P301820. And I only saw this one pair, so I don't know what colors they have. I just saw it the week before, and I was like, oh, those pliers are really cool. Now, what's really cool about these pliers, so I have a lot of pliers, and I really wasn't in the market to buy any pliers. Like I said, I really like these, but what I really liked about them, they were $14.99. So you can't beat that for a pair of pliers. And I mean, they're not, you know, they're not like the thickest, the sturdiest pliers. You're obviously not going to use these to be cranking on something, but, you know, I could totally see being down in, you know, trying to grab something down in a spark plug hole maybe. There you go. Spark plug hole sometimes. So I think this whole haul here cost me like $167. So $15 for the pliers. Awesome. Super stoked about that. And the left-hand drill bits, super stoked about that too. And they're Mack Tools, it means they're warranted. So they get stripped, you get a new one. As long as the tip's not burned. And apparently from what I've heard, if you burn the tip, just break the tip off. If you break the tip off, they'll warranty it. I've always been lucky. My Mack guy has always, it's actually been the same guy. He's always hooked me up and he breaks the tip off for me. Actually hadn't seen a Mack Tools truck in quite some time. And one day he rolled in and I was like, man, just about every drill bit in my set is worn out. And he's like, okay, cool. So the next week he came with a box and he pretty much just he gave me the box. He just gave me a whole brand new box and warranted the whole set out. Cause it really doesn't matter. And they're for life, right? So every week I could tell him, hey, I burned up all these, you know, these bits are worn. I used them. I drilled like crazy and you get brand new ones. And then what I like about these, so even in the smallest one, let me grab my tape measure. I just want to see. Because even the smallest one, I mean, just the tip of it is just a hair over, I mean, we're talking about maybe 7/16 long. I mean, it's really not very long. So, I mean, when you're in here, this 3/16 is what I used. So, I mean, the 3/16, just the end is 3/8. So, and what I'm getting at is you only have 3/8 of this thing long, right? So that's a lot of leverage that you're getting. You're not, a lot of these things, you know, I mean, they're like this long and you're threading in. I mean, so your breaking point is here. When you know, when your extractor is, you know, that long, those long ones, you have a less breaking point. So that's what I liked about this. When I went in on this one, it was the 3/16. I used a 3/16 drill bit. And when I was in here, I mean, you can see how far in the bolt I was. I mean, that's pretty far. So anyways, and this one came right out. I was actually really happy. So anyways, that is my Mack Tools tool haul. 10-piece extractor. Awesome, awesome. I love it. Needle nose pliers. Left-hand drill bits. Check out my Instagram and you will see me use these little pocket pry bars. I thought the pocket pry bars were a gimmick for quite some time. Everybody kept saying about them on Instagram and even in their tool videos. And I just thought, you know, ha ha ha, that's pretty funny. You know, a pocket screwdriver that's shaped like a pry bar. What's the point in that? Sounds kind of dumb. I never really, and I didn't know anybody that had any. And one day, hey, Heavy Wrench showed me in his video, and I thought, you know what? Maybe I need these. And it was the next day. I bought them, and the next day I was using them. So anyways, I highly recommend you check them out, pocket pry bars. And so this has been Nuts and Bolts with Tone, and my first Mack Tools tool haul video. Check me out on Instagram, Nuts and Bolts. And thanks for checking out Nuts and Bolts with Tone. Hit the subscribe button down in the corner there. And if you hit the bell, you'll get notified of my future content. And also hit the like button on the way out and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about these tools. Let me know if you have any feedback. Maybe they didn't work for you. I'd like to know. That's important to know. Or maybe they worked fantastic. See you next time.